The world is gathered here in Canada with a common goal to address the pressing issue of plastic pollution, particularly in marine environments, with over 1,000 diplomatic delegates, including governmental and non-governmental groups. The focus is on brainstorming and making crucial inputs towards the creation of an international legally binding instrument on plastic pollution. Currently, there's no such international instrument, leaving individual member states to combat the problem with local laws. However, the United Nations Environment Programme is holding the fourth session of the Intergovernmental Negotiating Conference in Ottawa to develop this instrument. The goal is to protect nature and people everywhere from the threats posed by plastic pollution. In her address at the opening ceremony of the fourth INC session in Ottawa at the Shaw Centre, Executive Director of the United Nations Environmental Programme, Inga Anderson's greatest concern was about the future of the world if continuous use of plastic is not regulated.
As we deliberate, plastic pollution continues to gush into the ecosystems. So I ask for INC4 that you show energy, commitment, collaboration, and ambition to make progress, and that you set the stage for INC5 to finalize the instrument that will end plastic pollution once and for all.
On the part of the INC's Executive Secretary, Jyoti Matha, multiple polls have shown that the public is heartsick about plastic pollution, and as businesses are innovating with new products and asking for clear long-term global rules, the finance sector wants to get behind this opportunity.
Deliver a text that is as close to possible to the final agreement that we all want to see. And we also need a strong mandate on intersessional work that will allow the committee to finalize the instrument in Busan. You delegates know the issues that need to be addressed at this session, and that flexibility will be needed to reach consensus. This is the only way forward. Do not leave the difficult discussions, the difficult conversations, and the difficult decisions until the end. We all are not naive to believe that we don't face challenges in the coming days, but our determination will overcome these challenges as we have no choice but to succeed.
Key stakeholders, including civil society, indigenous peoples, scientists, and businesses, are advocating action against plastic pollution. The African Group of Negotiators has outlined priorities, with Ghana proposing measures like a plastic levy to reduce pollution. Oliver Boakye is an advisor at the Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology, and Innovation.
What we have said is that the polymer producers should pay less than $100 per ton of the products that they produce. If they pay, we know them, we know how much they produce. Every year, we will raise the equivalent of about $35 to $45 billion. This amount of money can be spread around to all the various countries so that they will be able to have what it takes for them to manage the plastics.
Meanwhile, the Green Africa Youth Organization in Ghana, which is actively implementing projects to reclaim plastic litter and support policies aimed at reducing pollution, says the treaty after the INCs will be the best way to reducing plastic waste. Coordinator for the Zero Waste Project is Jacob Atakpa.
In order for this treaty to be meaningful and for it to have an impact, there needs to be, first of all, a reduction in global plastic production. The levels at which globally we are producing plastics is very unsustainable. In order to achieve SDG 12, it's important that we bring down global plastic production to reasonable levels, maybe even 30% less relative to current production levels. But it's also important that you look at plastics from a full life cycle perspective. That is to say that there is pollution along every part of the production process, even through to waste management.
So after this all-important meeting of stakeholders across the globe here in Ottawa in Canada, the last meeting will be at the INC 5, where the legally binding documents will be firmed out and finalized for all to sign to this treaty. Failure to do so will surely come with some consequences. But right behind me is the plastic tab. It communicates one thing. If you continue to throw plastic into the water bodies, we would one day be consuming this, and the end product will be the disease you and I may contract. Reporting from Ottawa here in Canada, Samuel Mbura, Joy News.